partners, my cohort. She's one person that's always had my back when other people want to gang up against me. I threaten them that, look, I have a sound advocate. And I'm not talking about Jesus yet. Before we get to Jesus, we'll do it here. Just joking. So the next speaker, our wonderful coach Nathalia Odidika-Esezobor, is an attorney mediator, a life coach, a speaker, an author, a wife, and a mother to 3 lovely children. Our passion for helping people, especially in conflict management and resolution, is fueled by our mission to create awareness about the law so that people will be adequately educated about their rights and obligations as citizens. Have been one of our driving forces. For the past 15 years, Coach Nathalia has successfully helped numerous corporate organizations resolve disputes to maintain healthy workplace relationships. And she's also assisted over 80 individuals to resolve their disputes so that they can live their lives within their rights. Coach Nathalia is the creator and host of a weekly live program on Facebook. It's called Legal Moments with Nath, where she helps participants navigate legal issues for free. So look out for her on that platform. She possesses both local and national certifications in dispute resolution and conflict management. She's also a member of the Nigerian Bar Association NBA, the section Business Law, and currently the General Secretary of the National Association of Catholic Lawyers, Lagos Archdiocese. Coach Nathalia is a clear and logical communicator who establishes rapport with her clients and colleagues. She's not afraid to speak up if and when the need arises. She's a firm believer in hard work. Her core values are integrity, honesty, loyalty, empathy, and confidentiality. She communicates fluently as a local language interpreter in English, Yoruba, Igbo, and averagely in basic Hausa and sign language. Nathalia is an extrovert who enjoys singing, running marathons, moderating, resolving disputes, public speaking, traveling, socializing, and general entertainment. Without any further ado, ladies and gentlemen, make welcome our wonderful coach, Nathalia.
Thank you very much, Coach Bibi. Okay, so I've been asked to, I'll be speaking on the next silent killer that has slowly become the norm. And I want to begin by talking about the text message that was read. It was quite deep. And I remember my sister, Chineye, the lawyer, she started saying no, because to get to a point, you are fast spent. I understand I have a very short time to talk, so I'll just go straight to the point. Standing right here before you is someone who survived depression. I battled it for 15 years. So, when it creeps in, you do not know. So I'm going to ask a few questions. Does anyone here feel empty sometimes? You feel you can't go on anymore. Does anyone here seated, find it difficult to sleep sometimes? You're awake. You can't say why you're awake really, but you're just awake. You can't sleep. Okay, I see people raising their hands. In case you don't know, these are signs of depression. Like Dr. Abina said, in this country, some of the things that have happened in Nigeria is enough to break any country. But we keep managing and we keep surviving. And one of our greatest slogans, in fact, anywhere in the world you go to and you hear it is well, that person's a Nigerian. Everything is, it is well. And then we keep taking and taking and taking. I had a very lively childhood and my family was closely knitted. But my brother died. And that was the first time I'll come across tragedy. But, it was slow. It took me a while, but I got over it. While we were at it, my other brother got missing. This is 21 years. We don't know if he's dead or alive. Slowly, until my father died. All this while, the signs were there. I was always feeling lonely, fast spent. I keep giving my time, my resources. Think of anything. Just like Chinaya said, I became fast spent. I was weak. A lot of things were happening. And then I got married. And it got to a point, my husband said, stay back at home to take care of the children. Me, jaye in that sense. Like going out, doing things, you're telling me to stay back at home. It was a battle, really. But these are just part of it. Dr. Abina talked about money. With all the beautiful things, if you don't have money, imagine you get an alert right now. 1 million naira. I want to ask somebody, how would you react? Let me ask this photographer. How would you react?
Yes.
He said, yes. God will win. A friend of mine will always say that alert, that credit alert cures sickness. 70%. I tell you, even the richest man, needs money. So imagine you're out of job, you don't have money. It causes depression. There's so many things that bring about depression. Loneliness. Some people are complaining, I'm not married, I'm single. You are depressed, you are worried, and all that. I remember when I didn't get married. I got married in my 30s. And I was like, I had planned my life. Not concrete planning, but I said, by the time I'm 25, I want to be married. Because I had, thanks to Nigerian University, I think I left university at almost 28. We strike. I spent 2 years in one level because of strike. University and then the national. A lot of things were happening. My life was just going like this. It was terrible. All this while, whenever I was battling depression, I kept taking in things. Gradually, it started playing out until the time came. I was driving on Third Mainland Bridge, and the voice said, stop and jump. Not once, not twice. I think I've lost count. I stopped one day, parked my car. I came out, put my leg on that bridge. As I was about to jump, I just said, it was Nathalia. I got back to myself. It's a story for another day. You get to read about the story because I co-authored a book with Coach Anekan. And I will encourage you to read that book. That book is 7 steps. 7 easy steps on how to handle depression that many don't know about. We take a lot of things for granted here. Talking about, being fast spent. A lot of people reach out to me. It's like you're absorbing. For this person to have sent that text message, she's reached her peak. My husband was surprised when I mentioned to him about my depressive mood. And the funny thing, most people who are depressed are always excited, happy. You will never suspect. I lost a friend and she committed suicide. And I wish if I had shared my story with her, perhaps she might still be alive today. It was one of the reasons why I said to, co-author that book with Coach Anek, and I said, let's talk about it. Because the first time you heard me share that story, I was like, no, we need to talk about it. The world needs to know. And one of the things that also spurred me into writing that book was one day I put on my WhatsApp status, I get at least 215 views every day. So I decided to put up the story for the first time, just a little. I was amazed. People who reached out to me in my DM. People who I thought were living large, were okay, were battling depression. One told me that he almost committed suicide just about 3 months ago. Another one said, so in the course of talking, someone said, I need to talk to someone. Every day, my husband got tired of people coming to the house. I said, okay, fine, let me look for another place. They will come, they will talk and talk. It was a burden until I began to say no. It's quite difficult if you are used to saying yes to say no. It's a killer disease, shrouded in secrecy, shame, because people don't want to talk about it. That's why I said at the beginning that a lot of people are living corpses, walking around, not living their lives. I tell you, you can attain everything you want to be. But if you don't guard your mental health, you are done for. You need to protect your mind. You need to protect your well-being. This story I'm sharing today, my mother is not aware. But before I put that story out there, my brother heard about this story for the first time just 3 months ago. And he said to me, how could you have done this? Why didn't you tell me? Why didn't you reach out? And you see me, I'm a pillar of support to everyone in my family. Not financially though. I help in the way I can. But I take on. And when my father died, I made a promise to him, or either directly or indirectly, that I'll be in the gap to ensure I hold the family together. There's a limit to what you can do. You're human. You get to a point. Thankfully, I have understanding siblings. So the first time they heard it, they were shocked. You of all people. I was a go-to person to my friends. So the first day I shared that story, people were shocked. You of all people. You need to see me encouraging people here. That's what my purpose on earth is actually. I discovered it and have peace of mind. So when you see me talking to people and sharing story and encouraging them, if you see me, I'm in another world. When they are gone, I go back to my mood. It was a struggle for years until, that's why I said, the pandemic was very bad. I lost a lot of people, even some close family members. But you see, the pandemic was a period that I said, Nathalia, enough is enough. It affected every area of my life. I couldn't really function well. Coach Bibi, please remind me. Don't let me go beyond the time. You need to understand something, that you can't do life alone. You cannot do life alone. That's one of the big burdens. I thought I could do life alone. Carried everything. I saw people around me laughing. I was happy. They were all happy and rejoicing. I was doing life alone. I didn't want to tell anyone, especially my immediate family members then, because my daughter saw me crying a couple of times. She said, Mommy, what's wrong? I said, nothing. Are you sure? She was troubled. Then she was about 7 years. She would keep calling me. She knows. One day they came back from school, they saw me, said, Mommy, you know what? Don't cook for us today. We'll take care of the meal. What are you going to eat? She said, we'll take cereal. And that day they made cereal. They washed the plates and, for the next 2-3 weeks that followed, my children were the ones putting the house in order. They said, don't bring anybody. Let's do the work. They were doing it. Now I tell them to do this. They say, Mommy. I said, but before, some years ago, you were doing it. Why now? It's tough, really. And that's why, over the years, I've learned not to judge anyone. I said to myself, I'm going to make myself a gift that never stops giving. By giving my time to listen to people, hear them. Chinaya is here, she's a mediator. Mrs. Favor is here, she's a mediator. It was Mrs. Favor. I said I want to mention the person who introduced me to Nuggets. It's Mrs. Favor. Please stand up. For recognition, please. She told me about Nuggets for a successful life. I said, I beg, what did you guys do? They said coaching and all the lifestyle. I said, I beg you. Because I've met people, really. They'll tell you they want to do coaching and all that. There's a particular one. I'll go, he'll be pressing phone. I said, oh, sorry, sir, I'm coming. I will end up spending 3 hours of my time with nothing. More miserable than. And we were supposed to do something together. He walked out, and I said, wow. It was like, he had my mumu button. When I was going through a lot, I reached out to him, thinking he would be a partner. He was just forming and he sent some people. But I needed to talk to him. There was a reason why I wanted him. And that takes me to the part where I talk about you need to reevaluate. With all these things happening, I said you can't do life alone. You need to reach out to people, not everybody. I changed my social circle thanks to the pandemic. I had people. I was at my lowest and I reached out to a friend. We used to run a partnership together. She pulled out. I waited for her. She introduced me to an accountability group. That was the first time I heard about vision board. I knew what the board was. People put things on paper, but I never knew what it was all about. We're about how many in the group? About 8. This was accomplished people. I was like in fact, my life was just zero. With a dry bank account. So you can imagine another level of depression. That's why I said if you receive a lot, your sickness will disappear. But at 8 months into that group, I realized I was the one pulling the group together. The so-called organized life, smart goal people were not living it. And I said, these people are going to pull me down. Because the energy they gave me at the beginning, the first 2 weeks, I ran with it, and I began to attend webinars. Chinaya had one of the webinars that I listened to her, and I was like, wow. Chinaya were classmates in law school. I was like, wow, Chinaya. She doesn't know, but as she sits down here today, she inspires me. So I'm telling you to your face today. And when I listened to Chinaya, I said, this is my classmate. You see, you can't You can't be known, you can't progress if you sit back in one corner wishing somebody will locate you. You need to step out. A lot of people, I said, are leaving corpses because they're not stepping out, they're not living their lives. You need to step out. There's a reason why. I have 2 minutes more. Thank you. I'll quickly run. Please give me 3 minutes just in case. You know, that's just it. You need to, 3 minutes. Thank you, doctor. Okay. I think he said, yes, I'll give you. You know, you need to step out of your comfort zone. I realized that I needed to fix some areas of my life, and I knew I couldn't do it alone. When the pandemic came, we were forced to be at home. It was frustrating. The only reason why I could leave the house was because I had to go to the pharmacy to assist them in my dad's company. Because I've worked there before for about 5 years, so I understood some things. And that period I went, my brother had COVID. Because I went to hug him once and he pulled back. I didn't understand. I had seen it in the dream that my first brother had, the other one had, just in the dream. But it was later I found out that my brother who's the pharmacist, because he was already exposed to these people, he had it, he started to be drawing. But thankfully, he got back, maybe because he's been in the system, so he knows what to take and how to treat himself. But I didn't get it, but I was really everywhere trying to help, just to keep myself. It wasn't funny, really. But during that pandemic period, I began to attend webinars, whether it was on health, whether it was on law, anything at all. I just attend just to keep myself. Because it was so bad that when I come out in public, I don't talk. I keep mute. Me, that was everywhere talking to people. I can't really trace it to the point where I lost myself. And I said, Nathalia, you've got to find yourself. And that journey began during the pandemic. And as I stand here before you today, I would tell you that I found myself. Please clap for me. I want to, honestly, I'm just making it brief because one, of time, two, and I want to direct you to the book. When you have time, you can reach out to Coach Anekan, reach out to me. We'll talk about it. That's where all the stories and how I was able to overcome it. One of the things you need to do, let me quickly point out, is that you need to reevaluate your social circle. There were a lot of people I never thought I could do away with. But I dropped them. I said to myself as I was entering 2021, these people are not going in with me. I still agree with them, but they can't come close anymore. You need to stop some people from coming to your life. Because some people want to pull you down. They'll say, we started together and are you feeling better than me now? No, your destinies are not the same. You need to connect to people that share the same visions, the same dreams. So when I got to Nuggets, I said, let me see what they're even doing there. I came, I got hooked. Not because anybody brainwashed me. I saw the difference between all the people I've been going to see. Imagine somebody keeping me 3 hours waiting. Oh, sorry, you pick a call, and then you press his phone. What were you saying before? What kind of counseling was that? And the same person, I'll offer free legal services, do some things. He won't pay. I'll say, okay, leave it, leave it. And he tell me, how much is it? I was shocked. 26 years of relationship. I got up one day, I said, to hell with you. You're a bad influence. And so I cut off so many people, and some didn't understand. And I said to myself, as we enter 2022, I'm going to do me. I'm going to do me, and I'm doing me. That's why I love traveling. This year alone, I've traveled, God knows, to so many places. My students started complaining. My husband began to raise an eyebrow. I said, Binu, I'm sorry. He's a very patient man. Please clap for my husband. Coach Anekan and the team had to take permission from him this time around because since July till date, my last trip for the year ended just 2 days ago. I got back finally. And I mentioned that there may be a trip. He just looked at me. You better just... And I said, no, I'm going to devote my time. So I had to prioritize using Coach Anekan's style, which is God first, me first, because if I'm not strong, I can't take care of the family. Then comes my spouse, the children, my plans, and another person. And that's one of the things I'm going to run with in 2023. Change your social circle. Prioritize your mental health. And then remember, you can't do life alone. You need to talk to someone. So please, I want to quickly say that your friend, try to connect with her and also point her to Coach Anekan. When people want to talk, allow them talk. Somebody walked up to me. That's the last story. I have never seen this person. He just walked up to me and said, please, can I talk to you? I said, what? About what? Said, my sister should talk to you. and she opened up things that a total stranger should not hear. But because one of the things I do, I listen to people. So what I did was to embrace her and said, it is well, and I explained something. Today she's better off. I've lost touch with her, but at the point where I left her, she's a better person today. And I say, please don't do life alone. Find someone you can confide in. Seek help. Be yourself. Live your life. Find your purpose, and you'll be smiling. I'm happy I was able to survive this, and I've been going around telling people and sharing my story, and always there to help people out. May God bless you, and may you find a better 2023 in Jesus' name. Amen.